Welcome back, everyone, to another second stimulus package and second stimulus check update. Today is Saturday, December 5th, and in this video we have a lot to divulge. We have some renewed calls and demands from President-elect Mr. Joe Biden, and we also have some action that was just taken today by the Education Department. So we're going to be talking all about it in this video. Once again, I gotta thank everyone who has hopped on board in just the last 24 hours. Keep gaining quite a bit of traction on my videos lately, and I want to thank all of you. So greatly appreciative of every single solitary one of you who takes the time to watch my videos, takes the time to learn and educate yourself, because it's so important right now that we are helpful and kind and generous to each other. And that's what I seek to do on this channel every single solitary day. I do post videos every single solitary day now, just for you guys, totally free to do so, of course, and I can't do it without you. So I thank you for your support, and if you're not subscribed just yet, do consider hitting that big red button as well as the notification bell as well. That will just notify you every single time I do make a new video. We do have a lot more developments coming in just the next few days and weeks, potentially another package being passed, and so you don't want to miss anything, you don't want to miss a beat. It's only right here on this channel, your one-stop shop. So if you're not subscribed yet, I would strongly recommend it. And if you're a familiar face, and I'm a familiar face to you, then welcome back. And if you have been enjoying my content, all you have to do is just go ahead and smash the like button. I would greatly appreciate that as well. Just help with that YouTube algorithm so it does support me and my channel. So if you're feeling extra generous during the holiday season, go ahead and hit that like button and we can get the ball rolling. So first, we'll kick off this update with some groundbreaking news right out of the Department of Education. And this is probably one of the only few things that Secretary Betsy DeVos has done that's actually a positive. So thank you, Betsy DeVos, for completing something that was beneficial in just the final few weeks in the Trump presidency. So for you student loan borrowers out there, or perhaps you're still making payments on your student loans from years and years ago, very important, this is crucial. The Department of Education, the U.S. Department of Education, has now suspended payments until the end of January. So you will not have to make any new payments until the end of January. This is according to the U.S. Department of Education just over the last 24 hours. They extended this pandemic-era reprieve, and this will be through the first days of the Joe Biden presidency. So Biden will inherit this memorandum. And according to a news release from the department, this will also extend a continued pause in interest on loans and in collections on delinquent loans through January 31st. So even more good news for you student loan borrowers and people who are paying back their student loans, which is quite a good majority of the United States. If you recall, President Trump's Department of Education first suspended the collection and payment of student loans back in March alongside the CARES Act as the coronavirus started to ravage the U.S. economy. Back in August, officials extended that suspension all the way till the end of December, and now this extension will continue through the first month of the Biden administration. Now, for those of you who do happen to have disposable income during these trying times, if you want to make payments on your student loans, you can still do so. The good news is that you will actually benefit from a 0% interest rate, so you might be able to pay off your student loans quicker than usual. This order is subsequently coming after, over the last several weeks, student loan borrowers and borrowing companies alike have become increasingly concerned about the deadline as it has been approaching amid this recession. In fact, according to the Federal Reserve Bank of New York and Bank of America, they said in November that borrowers have saved about $7 billion a month in student loans since the pandemic started. And then when Betsy DeVos made this announcement, she had said, quote, "The coronavirus pandemic has presented challenges for many students and borrowers, and this temporary pause in payments will help those who have been impacted." So this certainly bodes well and could even rekindle some negotiations. And it's also one less thing that lawmakers have to worry about in their stimulus negotiations. So this is definitely advantageous to everyone, not just people who borrow student loans and are making those payments. But even on top of this suspension, totally wiping out and canceling student debt for good is something that's still on the table. In fact, some members of Congress are urging the President-elect Joe Biden to cancel up to $50,000 of student loan debt per person via an executive order. What do you think about something like this? Do you think this is outrageous, outlandish, and the people that took out these loans have to pay them back as their responsibility? Or because we're in these trying times, they should just be canceled and forgotten about and forgiven. Let's keep the conversation going. Let me know down below in the comments what you think. So that's what we've learned over just the last 24 hours in regards to student loans and student loan debt. Now let's talk about stimulus holistically and Biden's new renewed calls. Even though Biden has not stepped into office yet and he technically does not hold any executive power, he is still trying to break the months-long gridlock and deadlock on Capitol Hill. He's been vocally calling for a new installment of pandemic relief, and he has been testing his aspirations of a new era of Washington bipartisan cooperation even before he takes power. This is coming on the heels of a November unemployment report and November unemployment data that we just received, and it definitely does not bode well. It is a grim outlook for the U.S. economy. Biden spoke in his hometown in Wilmington, Delaware, to reporters. He had said, quote, "If we don't act now, the future will be very bleak. Americans need help, and they need it now, and they'll need more to come early next year. But I must tell you, I am encouraged by the bipartisan efforts in the Senate around a $900 billion package of relief," of course, referring to the new framework that has been put out by bipartisan centrist members and moderates of Congress, and he is supporting it. Mitch McConnell has been backing it. Pelosi is in favor of it now. It is definitely advancing and making strides. Biden is fully aware that he will be taking over and inheriting a national crisis far worse than the 2008 Great Recession that himself and Barack Obama took over just 12 years ago. At the time, that was the worst recession and financial collapse since the Great Depression. This has surmounted it. We also learned in recent days that Biden will in fact ask Americans, all Americans, to wear masks for the first 100 days that he is in office. He will most likely do a national mask mandate. Biden said that he will also require masking in all federal buildings and on modes of interstate transportation, including airplanes and buses. Biden also asked Dr. Anthony Fauci to stay on as his top medical advisor, fortifying his health team with the nation's most renowned infectious disease fighter. Stimulus could be right around the corner. We're a lot more optimistic and hopeful now, certainly more hopeful than just weeks or months ago before the election and after the election. This has probably been the most optimistic that we have been in a very long time for stimulus, and it could be here. We will see what happens. As always, more updates are to come. The news is always cycling and changing. We'll be covering it all right here on this channel. If you did enjoy this video, if you got value out of it, go ahead and give it a big thumbs up, smash the like button, and if you're not already, do consider hitting that big red button, the subscribe button, also with the notification bell as well. Looking forward to seeing you in the next video.